Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever time of the day it is. I hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today in the previous custom car video I said that I wasn't going to do any more of those custom car things, and well, truth be told, it's because I thought you guys would get sick of it, especially doing it multiple times, multiple videos in a row. And to be honest, I didn't want to be that sort of channel that just sort of did one thing. I wanted to have a variety. Speaking about variety, I did actually do a video on Slither.io the other day, Slither.io, the snake version of Agario. I would definitely recommend going watching that. Just because it's not cars of GTA 5 doesn't mean it's not going to be a bad video. Trust me, guys. I do have some other cool stuff that I want to do videos on that is non-car and GTA 5 related, if you would let me, if you guys are interested. But moving back, I've decided that I will continue doing the custom cars thing, but I'm just not going to do loads of them all in one go, because I don't want to burn out on the series, because you guys seem to be having a lot of fun suggesting loads of cars and things for me to build. And what I've decided to do in this video is I'm going to calm it down, and instead of doing loads of them, I'm going to try doing just 1 or 2 builds, but spending longer doing them, so we can hopefully get some better results. So, the first one that we got here, in fact, actually, well, hang on, I'm going to have some comments featured right now. I'm jumping ahead here. There's going to be some comments on the screen that are featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments and stuff featured, you can leave them in the comments section below. I need to find somewhere better to start building these. I need more space. So, yes, of course, you can just leave a comment in the comment section below. Let's do it here. Right here. Here we go. I'll just park my bike up. There we go. Okay, so the first comment thing... Oh, my God, what is that? Is that a blimp? That's a blimp. Look at that, just completely blocking the sun right there. I don't think the shadow would really be that harsh. I think that is one of the downsides to this game. I definitely don't think it would have looked like that. Or maybe it would have. I don't know. Well, anyway. So the first comment is from Jared E. He says, the Albany Buccaneer, the Lowrider version, combined with the Duke of Death, using the Buccaneer as a base for the hydraulics, so it can bounce but have the looks of the Duke of Death. So basically making a Duke of Death Lowrider. Who also says, love the series, keep it up. Yeah, so many of you guys seem to be really loving this series. So let's go over to menus mod, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to object spooner. Now, I have listened to you guys. You've all said in the comments that I could get rid of and hide the wheels, and yes, I've now figured out how to do it. However, I've learnt that if you do save the car, the wheels come back next time you spawn the thing in. So when I actually try to do the mod that the pack of cars that I said about, we are going to have this issue with, the wheels aren't, it's not going to look as good. Basically, it's going to have the extra wheels that we don't want in there. So let's go to the Buccaneer Custom. And what was it? The Duke of Death. Both of them in here. That's good. Okay. I'm thinking that maybe we should have this matte black, because we want to have this looking like the Duke of Death, but being a lowrider. So I'm going to firstly go to the Buccaneer Custom, and I'm going to go to Customs. I'm going to go down to Paints. There it is. I was thinking for Windows, but also I don't know which one we're going to be doing the windows on yet, so we'll figure that out a bit later. Let's just go to Matte Black. There we go. We've also got to do the secondary as well. Matte Black. There we go. Right, I think, hang on, isn't there some, hang on, we'll worry about some extras and stuff afterwards. Let's not jump ahead. I just wanted to do the basic paint first so it looked sort of matching. So let's go back to the Duke of Death. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Customs, Wheels, and I'm going to go to Remove Tires, make all wheels invisible. So at least for this initial build, it's going to look good. But if we were to save it and then respawn it, the wheels would spawn back again, which is a huge shame. So I guess really you should sort of ignore this if you're planning to make this for others, because you're going to have to build around the wheels. But for the sake of this video, and for the sake of making the best thing possible, we're going to hide the wheels. So from there, let's go to Attachment Options, Attach to Buccaneer Custom. And look at that, the size is actually very close. So I think this is going to work really well. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to knock this. If actually, can you see where, because of the rake that we had with the Duke of Custom, or the Duke of Death of what's it called? Duke of Death? Duke of Death, not the Duke of Custom. What am I about? Yeah, it's got a slight rake to the front, so we need to change the pitch. But I think we're going to have to change the sensitivity because that's way too low. So let's get a pitch. And there we go. Let's get that. So they kind of look like they're matching in length between the arches on the rear and the front. I think, actually, hang on, let's not, why am I going ahead? Why am I going ahead? Let's just go back here and lift it up first of all so we can see what it looks like, because it might not even fit. We might have to move on to the next one. Here we go. Oh, look. Oh, no, look. Okay, this is working. This is working. I think, hang on, there might be some way to get rid of that roof, because that roof there is kind of bleeding in. But look at this. This is actually working. So, what else do we need to do? Is that right on the... we might have to make that a bit flatter. Actually, we need to go back and change the sensitivity again, don't we? Sensitivity on the pitch. We don't want to have that actually anymore on the front. I think that is quite level there. About there? I think that's quite level. I think that is a good level, because obviously there was that sort of rake on there. I think that is not too back heavy. I think that does look flat enough for it to be a low road. It doesn't help that we're building this on a sort of slanted road. I probably should have built this somewhere else, but we'll cope for now with this car. So, what else should we do? Should we go Y? In fact, we're going to have to change that sensitivity. That's way too much. Y to, I think, back. What have we got on the rear plate here? We don't want to bleed through on that, because that kind of... If actually, that rear end looks nice, but now the arches aren't really fitting up, and I don't really... I think it's probably best to focus on the arches. So I think maybe that. What does that look like on the back there? We've got a bit of the body coming through, but that kind of... I don't know, it looks like a custom thing with the lights, so I think that can work. I think that might be too far back. Hang on, is that too far back? Yeah, we've got a little bit on the front. We could probably go forward a little bit more. Like that. I think we can get away with that. How does that look? The colours are slightly weird, but I think that's alright. I think that's a weird back end, but I think we can cope with that. I think that's a small trade-off. And on the front actually looks pretty nice. We've got that chrome bumper, but I think we might be able to get rid of that. So we're definitely, because I'm taking this slower, we're going to be going through all the customs. We're going to try and tweak them all, move them about, change the bumpers, move it, whatever we have to do to make this as perfect as possible. So, let's get out of that. Let's get rid of the collision, of course, as well. And also, I'm going to make it invincible. That's it, invincible, not invisible. I'm going to make it invincible because I hope that this would stop the body from damaging, because it is so annoying when the secondary body damages because you can't fix it using a trainer, because it doesn't really count towards the car. Only the main car can be fixed. So, hopefully, that will remain unbreakable like that. Should we make it let's make it fireproof as well. Let's make it fireproof. So let's go down here. Let's go to what should we do first? Menu customs. In fact, I want to go to the Buccaneer custom and do the customs here, because I'm a bit worried about this roof. This roof really has to go because it looks weird. Also, I just want to say, guys, I apologize if my throat sounds really bad. I haven't been very well. I basically, this time every year I get really under the weather, so I apologize if my throat sounds bad or anything like that. That sort of explains why the videos have been sparse lately. Wow, look at all these. We can change all the interior and stuff, but I don't think this is really going to... We're not even going to bother with the interiors of these cars, because the interiors always never match because of the fact that they're two cars put together, so we're not going to worry about any of those. We can do stuff with the plate holder, but then that plate that we see there is actually not the one of the Lowrider, and the same goes... In fact, there isn't even one on the front. Vanity plate trim design. What's that one? Oh, that's the interior, isn't it? Ornaments, dials, steering wheels, shifters, plaques, speakers, trunk, hydraulics. It's not really going to matter because none of that... I think, actually, let's just test this out. Let's just go back. Let's just go into the car here. And this should have hydraulics. Let's just see. Yes, okay, so it does have hydraulics. So whoa, that's awesome. So we don't have to worry about any of the sort of hydraulic stuff because it does work. So we don't have to worry about that. But I have just noticed some dirt on one of these. What is that? I think that is dirt on the Buccaneer. I think that's on the Buccaneer. Right, actually. So, in fact, actually, let's get in it. I think the camera's better when we're in it. There we go. Oh, that's better to see instead of standing outside as Michael. That's much better. So, let's go back to Object Spooner. And not that one. We want to go to the... I think it's the Buccaneer Custom that's dirty. Let's go to Customs. Go to Dirt Level. Is that 2? Is that it? Is that the one that's... That's not the one that's dirty, is it? It's the Dukes of Custom thing. Why do I keep calling it Dukes of Custom? Duke of Death. There we go. It's this one. Ah, look, it's got a dirt level of 6. There we go. Now it looks a bit better because the colours are the same. I mean, this back looks a bit weird with this thing going through, but I think it's okay. I don't think we're going to get any better than that, because as soon as we start moving backwards or forwards like that, it's going to mess up all the arches. So that arch is a little bit wrong there. The front one, it's just a little bit too bad. I think I want to have the side looking good, just so we can have a tiny bit. I mean, this little bit here, it doesn't really matter, does it, if we have that little bit there? Maybe we could even move it to there so we could see those badges and the little bit of the light. Or does that move out too far forward? Actually, that works. That looks okay. I think that can work. It looks slightly weird. Actually, I might go back. I might go back a bit. To about there, maybe, I think. Yeah, I don't know. As I had it before, I think was there. I think there is where it's got that little weird triangle. That's not a triangle, whatever that is. I think that'll work. So, what else are we going to do now? Let's go back to custom. Go to the customs. Front bumper. So, we've got custom chin spoiler. Ah, see, now that makes it black and hides the chrome. So, that's a good idea. We'll go for that one. On the rear bumper, we have de-chromed rear bumper, which is, that gets rid of that chrome bit there. That works. It kind of just makes like a really slimline light thing. I quite like that. So we go for the de-chromed rear bumper. On the exhaust, can we really? Yep, we can see those, so we go for those. On the grille, I don't know if we'd see that from the front. Grille 1, we can kind of see it through there, but we don't want that to be bright, so we're going to go for the stock grille on that. On the hood, we have, I think that's actually the hood of the Dukes, so... Oh, hang on. No. Wait, hang on. That engine thing is for the... Hang on, these aren't the same. No, they're not, see? This is the catcher for the Lowrider, so that thing is for the Dukes, but yet that seems to match so well. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. That's actually, that little bit there actually matches perfectly with that engine, so I'm going to keep that. I think that looks pretty good. On the fenders, I don't think we really need curb feelers. Should we go for it because it's a Lowrider? I guess as it's a Lowrider, let's go for the curb feelers as it sort of goes with the thing, even though it does look a bit weird. Yeah. Yeah, we'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. And as this is the base, we are going to go ahead and upgrade all the engine and stuff like that. But it doesn't really matter for this video. Paints, we've got it all done. Neons, we're not going to worry about. Doors. Let's see what happens if we get rid of the doors. Let's go to remove all doors. And that just gets rid of that, which really just ruins that line. Yeah, I'm not sure that's a good idea. I don't think that's going to work. So let's go to fix all doors and keep those in. Actually, yeah, because, yeah, I like that with the bonnet there. So we're going to keep that. That's a bit annoying because we've got this sort of double thing on one side, the double wing mirrors. Only on one side, though. There's only one wing mirror on one of those. But we're going to go to fix all doors. I think we might take the doors off of the Dukes instead, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Windows. Tinted windows. Yes. Okay, we want that to be black so we can hide those. That's good. Extras. This is where I believe we're going to be able to get rid of the roof. Let's see. Aha! What else do we have here? Extra 1 is something I can't see. Extra 2 is that. Extra 3 is that. Extra 4 is that. No, we want to get rid of all of those. That's much better. Look at that. So, of course, now it's got rid of the roof. We now have the full roof of the Dukes, and that looks so much better. We'll go for a turbo. And also, what's the plate we got here? That's the plate of the Dukes, so we're not even going to worry about that. And what happens when we turn the lights on? Can we see the lights from here? Okay, the lights are actually hidden. And that looks weird, so we'll get rid of that. And I will actually also get rid of the engine. And turn that off. Actually, hang on. Which one are we in now? Oh, no, we're in the Lowrider. Sorry, okay, I thought it was in the Dukes. We need to turn the engine off on the Dukes, just in case, but we'll worry about that in a minute. So that's it for the custom. Let's go to the Dukes of Death. Go to menus, customs. We're not even going to worry about the wheels. I think the wheels on it are perfect. Don't need to worry about those. Engine, we don't need to worry about. Brakes, transmission, horn, suspension. Actually, there isn't much to do with the body on the Dukes of Death, apart from paint. So let's just go to doors, then, and see what happens when we get rid of all of the doors. That's kind of, I mean, you can kind of see on the front end with the lack of bonnet, that kind of looks weird. But at the same time, I quite like that without the armoured windows on the side. That's, I'm not sure, because we have got that sort of join there, and Michael is sticking his arm out of a window that shouldn't be there. So at least if we had that, it would match, but it does get rid of that line. Which, yeah, I think we have to have that line to keep it looking right, otherwise that is going to look a bit weird. So We're going to have to cope with Michael's arm sticking out the side there. Wish he wouldn't do that. But, in fact, why can't we just pop the windows up? Why can't we... hang on, let's go back to the Buccaneer Custom. Let's go to... In fact, there was supposed to be tinted windows, wasn't it? But the windows have gone. Oh, it's because we got rid of the roof, isn't it? Hang on, if we go back to extras and... Now he puts his... okay. And we're not going to do that because you can see we've got some intersecting... in fact, actually, that's both intersecting. Is that alright with that? Or do we want the Duke's roof? We have got a bit of window coming through on the back there that I wouldn't like. I think we might have to cope with the fact that it's going to look like that and his arm's going to stick through the armor. I think we're just going to have to cope with that. So as it turns out, I don't think the tinted windows is doing much at all. No. Nothing, really. So I guess we'll untint those. I don't think we really need them. Going back to the Dukes of Death thing, go to Customs. What else do we have? Extras. I don't think there is any extras for this one. No, don't need to worry about that, but we can change the number plate and the lights. So let's go to lights and stick those on. This is a new thing that I like to do. I like to have the lights on the body that you can see, especially when it's not the car that you drive, so at least it's always on. And we get rid of the engine. Oh no, we need that for the lights, don't we? Okay, we'll stick that on. Let's stick that on. Doesn't really matter. And we'll change this to, say, Low Dukes. That's going to be too many things, isn't it? Low Dukes. There we go. That's nice. That's awesome. And we can also change the plate type to maybe the dark one. Yeah. Yeah. I think, is that done? I think this is done. Hang on, let's go to attachment options and see if there's any little tweaks we can do. But I think that maybe that's it. In fact, let's just play around with the picture. It's at 2.7 right now. So we can move that up just a little bit here, which kind of makes the lights look better. It kind of makes the back end look better. That looks loads better like that, actually. Just thinking maybe not. What does it look like on the side? It looks good. Looks good. Front looks good. It all looks pretty good, actually. So maybe I don't have to have such a high thing. It can be a little bit tilted like that. We have got the plate behind, though, which I don't really want to come through. Yeah, I'd like to have that back end in, but I don't think that's going to fly. So I think we might have to pop this down so we can hide that. But if we do that, that sort of hides the lights. But that's not the end of the world if it does that. How does that look everywhere else? That looks alright. I think that looks alright. Yeah, I think that's done. I think that is everything done right there. This is our Low Dukes. Check this baby out. So now we can go out onto the street and hopefully when we start using the hydraulics, it doesn't scratch the back bumper of the Dukes now that we've made it invisible. Oh, apparently it does. Oh, that's really annoying. That's really annoying. Unless, let's just get a fix and see if that is... No, okay, it does actually scratch even when we got invincible on. That is a huge pain, but look at that. That is absolutely amazing. We now have a Lowrider Dukes of Death. That is an amazing idea, Jared E. That is fantastic. And by the way, I should say, when I start featuring these comments, I do know that some other people will have also have asked for the same thing. So that's why it's very hard to sort of credit people knowing that it's sort of unfair on the other people that I didn't pick that asked for the same thing. So just everyone who came up with that idea, I picked Jared's comment, but thank you to everyone that made that, that actually submitted this one. This is a great idea. So pat on the back if you thought this would be a good combination. Look at that. In fact, actually the scratches on the back sort of give it character as a lowrider. I think that is amazing. There we go. Dukes of Death. Lowrider, I think, is... Are we going to have time for one more? Or shall we... I actually think... I want to try this out. I'm going to have a video with just this. This is purely an experiment to see how you guys like it, where I spend a lot of time on one car. The problem is, this is my worry. A lot of you guys are really into this, but I'm worried that there isn't that many ideas left of good cars. I'm sort of scared that we're not going to find too many really awesome ones to do all the time. So that's my concern. So maybe I'll switch it between sometimes if we've got a good build like this one, because this one worked straight away, worked perfectly. So in this case, maybe we'll do one video, and in other cases when they're not as good, maybe I'll do a few in one go. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think works, how you think that, how would you like to watch that? I think that's going to work. So today, just this one car in the video. That is it. So there we go, guys. That is it for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by rating, commenting, and subscribing, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.